Alrighty, hello, hello, hello. I don't know who might be out there, who might be out there listening along, but yeah, I was just out here. Who might be out there listening along, but oh, I gotta mute that. Okay, thanks. All right. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just out here at the park. One of these nice parks. It's a lakeside park. Got all kinds of kind of a forest built around this little park. And it's a great place to come and bring the dog where I can just park in the shade, open the doors. The dog can run free, chasing critters to his heart's delight. And I can sit around and play guitar or get online like this or whatever. So the internet's not too bad. And it's just a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous day. Man, what a beautiful day. So I saw Brojo was in and out earlier, so I was hoping some of them would be on with the stream, but since they're not, I figured I'd open up a hang and see if anybody wanted to come in and chat. So I guess I can do something about putting. Let's see, why can't I? I'm looking for the comments. Why can't? Oh, here, post comment. There we go. Let me paste. There we go. Okay, there's a link if anyone wants to join. I just added in there. So hopefully I'll be able to see when that happens. I'm on my phone, so it's a little dicey with these controls here. So I don't know. I can see the comments if anybody wants to post anything there. I don't know. I got my guitar here beside me. I could start playing a guitar if I felt like it, I guess. But it's probably some interesting things to talk about if anybody wants to come in. No set topics. There's a pretty big Supreme Court opinion handed down today with affecting Trump's immunity, or presidential immunity. So Steve Bannon, one of Trump's former advisors, he went to jail today for supposedly 4 months for refusing to acknowledge the subpoena from the J6 committee, that kangaroo committee that Congress formed. So, yeah, so the lawfare continues on, but even though there's some victories coming along the way, so we'll see how it all shakes out, I guess. So, trying to keep my eye open for anybody popping in here. That's what I couldn't find the screen exactly for. I don't need that. Yeah, usually there's a place where it's obvious where people pop, where they pop in and you hit the little button. So let me see. Layout. I don't think that's. I don't want that. Hey there, Jill. What's up? Trump immune from false persecution. Thank God for SCOTUS, right? They should have went. I think they should have went further and just included the fact that no president can be tried before he's first impeached by Congress and convicted, or indicted by Congress with impeached and then convicted in the Senate, and then he should be open to prosecution outside of the the office of presidency. That would form the the safest position for a president to be unencumbered by, threats of lawsuits and all this bullshit, this lawfare, right? It's my opinion, I guess. I mean, it's just ridiculous that what I find disappointing is that 90% of the country didn't immediately stand up and protest over this obvious political persecution, and then just run these guys out of town, or, let the tar and feathering begin, with these clowns just trouncing the Constitution like they have. It's ridiculous. So anyways, anybody have any other opinion on that? You're welcome to come in and share it. Invite guest. Send this to your guest. You may also want to share instructions for guests. You can have up to 10 people on screen at once. Guests can stream this to their own. Yes, that's fine. Okay. What I don't know is when someone is going to come in. That's, show display name, show headlines, logo, overlay, StreamYard overlay. Yeah, that must be from YouTube's background. And there's a lot of shit in there. Background music. What's this like? Put a little bit of music on me. Let me know if that's too distracting, anybody in the comments. I was just exploring this stupid app on the phone. It just kind of exit solo layout. Maybe that's it. Exit solo. Okay, I think I'm gonna cancel the music. Okay, that's just too distracting. Holy shit. All right, well, I don't know. Okay, I can post a comment there. That's fine. Let's chat. X. Okay. Guess. Oh, let me see. Guess. Solo layout. What does that mean? I turn that sideways. That's a little better, maybe. I don't know. At least I get the comments on the side there. Alrighty. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to wait to see if someone does come in, I guess, to see if see what happens. This is me. I was gonna have a cigarette in a little bit, but and I don't even know how this will pick up on the. Yeah, so I don't know how this will pick up, but here's a song. Let's see. Cowboys don't cry. Heroes don't die. Good always win. Again and again. They're on the side. Oh, no. And love is a sweet thing. And always comes true. Our love is like the moon. Never be blue. It's awful timing. Cowboys don't cry. helps if I hit the right chord. Let's see. Anybody want to come in? Just post a comment. So let me know you want to come in so I can pay attention. I'm kind of looking at the screen there. Cowboys don't cry. Heroes don't die. Good always win. Again, again. Love is a sweet dream. Always comes true. Off like we're like the movie. I'd never be blue. I'm here in the real world. It's not that easy at all. When hearts get broken, it's real tears that fall. Darling, it's sad but true. The one thing I learned from you, how the boy don't always get together here in the real world. I gave you my love, wasn't enough to hold your heart. Times there on the silver screen, fiddling like it should. Two lovers will make it through, like I hope we will. Here in the world, that's all it is. When hearts get broken, it's real tears that fall. Darling, it's sad but true. The one thing I learned from you, how the boy don't always get the girl here in the real world. How the boy don't always get the girl here in the real world. All right. 5 points to anyone who can guess who did that song. Yeah, I always thought that was Randy Jackson, but it's actually Alan Jackson. I was just messing around. That sound like that's a pretty good chord combination. That's the G, D, E minor, and C. I can do requests if anybody wants to hear a certain song, especially if they want to come in. We can have a conversation. That'd be even better. There are times when I see, baby, looks back the way we came through some hard places, choices we made, never held me to blame. You had some dreams when you were a girl, some ideas about the world. You know how some things can never be the same. And how some things never change. And I remember how you helped me, baby. All the times you had my back. How you wrapped me in your sweetness. Held my eyes in your eyes. When my train was on the track. But I've got some things that I wanna do. And I wanna do them with you. If you'll just stand by me and don't look back. Never stop coming up with all that love for me. Never stop coming with your faith and what love can be. Never stop coming up with all that love. Keep on rising above. Never stop coming up on the world. Love wants to see. And the world has been showing you how. There's no place for your tender heart now. In a world that keeps turning you down. Only the heart knows where the strength can be found. Never stop coming up with all that love for me. Never stop coming with your faith and what love can be. Never stop coming up with all that love. Keep on rising above. Never stop coming up on the world. Love wants to see. Look in my eyes. Tell me again where you want to go. 'Cause now the night is glowing beneath your skin. When you smile, I'm the richest man I know. When you smile, that smile, you know that smile, I'm the richest man I know. A little Jackson Brown for your entertainment. So you telling me nobody wants to come in and say hi? No one wants to shoot the gab? Let's see. Oh, I have to change something. Sorry about that. Just a little too high. I think. Let's go on the second fret. Oh, hold on. I might have a guest. I do at the stage. Thank God I saw the little notification.
That's what I say.
How you doing, Sam?
Hanging tight, acting white. How's my audio?
All right. Acting white. Does that mean you're on time and the other things? Yeah, sounds good to me anyway.
Oh, good. Yeah, I guess I'm on time, you know. I feel late, but yeah.
Well, I always like what Rush Limbaugh would say is it doesn't matter where here it doesn't matter where here wait, was it? It doesn't matter where here is as long as I'm here or something like I'm blowing it.
Huh. Well, when you remember that quote accurately, please get back with me.
No. It's like I thought I had it in my mind there. Gee whiz.
It's in there somewhere if you root around hard enough, but who's got time? Shit.
Yep.
What's happening in your neighborhood?
Oh, dude. Well, first of all, I did owe you a large debt of gratitude for getting me to think straight a little bit last time we had a talk. Probably no one else remembers it, but I think you know what I was talking about. What we talked about, as far as my living situation.
Yeah, you were going to depart with the truck and shit. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Anyway, I just rethought it, and I was like, it just made a lot more sense just to chill out and let things work out.
Right.
Without stirring anything up, which ended up in she just the other day out of the blue sent me is that you? Yeah, out of the blue sent me some paperwork to get all the title's in my name now, and just things are in a position where she actually put everything down in writing for she was supposed to do that when we did the truck, she's just never got to it. So that all got worked out, and it was all just like we agreed to. So that was all cool. So anyway, basically, I'm all set to leave as soon as I want to at the end of August. So I'll be sort of I'm looking forward to that because I won't have to be paying rent, and my camper, my whole goal was to, in a year's time, get my camper livable, because it was just a shell when I got down there. It was terrible. I mean, it wasn't good planning, but it really wasn't any planning. It was just, I had to, I needed somewhere to go, and this was where I got. So, anyways, but I do thank you for that advice, and it caused me to not to do something stupid, I think. So, thank you.
Cool.
Even though I was poo-pooing it in my mind at the time, when I was hearing it.
Well, I have a caution streak. I'm concerned about my brother Ironic. I don't want you on the lam out there with some knucklehead saying you stole something.
Right, but my problem with you is I don't know when you're projecting fear, or you're just making me aware of something I ought to be fearful about.
Yeah, prudence. It's called prudence, I think, which is a virtue, it's a certain type of something. But I hear you. Well,
you and I we're two different personalities as far as when it comes to striking out, or, what kind of chance. Like, I'm definitely more of a risk taker than you are. Let's say that. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, okay. I'm down with that. Yeah. I
You
used to be brave.
think that's true?
I used to be brave. Shit. I used to be, but I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually got my 200-mile AAA towing package renewed yesterday at great expense. But
yeah.
I just feel naked without it,
I tell you though, when you're on the side of that fucking road, 100 miles from home, you glad you paid the, you're really glad you got it.
Shit, I ain't got no credit card. Shit.
I only have $100 worth of assistance available on my plan. I just got new insurance.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Well, I had to get it. I got it in my own name because the plates and everything got transferred just last week.
Oh, good. That's good. You don't want some state trooper coming up behind you saying that you're driving somebody else's shit, It's your stuff.
Well, it is nice to have everything in your own name, and, not depending on having to be somewhere in particular to, like, I don't know. Everything's set up in a way where I can leave and I'll just make my payments. Like, we got everything situated, so nobody's thinking I'm going to be stuck there until the truck's paid off or this and that. You know what I mean? Like, like they were just acting weird about the whole thing. Like,
yeah, that doesn't sound good. You got a big investment.
I really don't like having something like that over my head. That's like, I react to shit like that. I need to be free from encumbrances like that. I really like to be.
I hear you.
I mean, it's just like signing a loan or something. I'm really, man. I got to really think about that. And because it's slavery. You're being in debt is being enslaved.
Right. It's like a noose around your balls, with a long tether. I don't like that. I like to be free. Free.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just I'm in the middle of getting my last 2 pension payments started, and when I turn 65 in August, so I think September 1st I should have another $1,000 a month coming in. So that's really what I've been waiting for, because I've only really been able just to barely get by. I mean, I had more than I needed to survive, but I only had maybe $300 to $400 a month to ever spend on anything extra, which limited what I could do on the camper every month.
Right.
I could only do so much that I could afford. And anyway, so now I'll be free, and I think I'm going to head down to Raw's place. He said I can come down there, so I want to just head down to Florida first thing. And I need to get a new roof on the thing, so I'm going to see if Raw will let me park it there while I make repairs, so
right.
that would be awesome if I can do that. Then I don't, I'm assuming he's not going to make me pay rent, so I'll,
Yeah,
I'll
you're
just,
gentle.
I'll work it out, I'll pay my own way, whatever, but I'd like to get that roof repaired. And then once I get the roof repaired, yeah. And then,
What kind of repair? No, go ahead.
I'm going to put a whole new top on it. It needs a new top. So you just you take all the trim off, take all the vents and everything off, and then you just peel the old roof off, and the new one goes on. Basically, you have a smooth surface that's a little bit arched generally. So I don't know what I'm going to find once I peel it off. I have some repair to make around the AC, I know, and wherever you have those old type refrigerators that work on propane, there's ventilation vents right there too. So I don't have that anymore.
You
So
eliminate that. Yeah.
I'll seal that off and then it's a matter of basically you just put this kind of glue you put on with a rolling pin, like a rolling, paint roller. And then it's just one, like, assuming you got all the appurtenances off and everything, it's just really a simple matter of unrolling the thing out, start with a roll on one end, unroll it onto the tacky stuff, smooth it all out or whatever, and then retrim it, cut the holes where you need, and put the shit back. And, it's probably something I could do in a week,
Right. Yeah, it sounds like
or I'd want to, probably 2 days to put the new roof on after it's all ready to put the new roof on, with all wood repairs made and things like that.
Right. It sounds like rubber roofing, EPDM.
That's basically what it is, I think. Saying, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Have you got any soft spots?
Well, that's what I'll do. I don't know, the videos I've watched a few videos, I'm not really sure what kind of framing I have under this thing exactly, but I'm imagining I'm going to have to replace all the plywood it's probably 1/4-inch plywood or something, that they're able to form, in a sort of an arch,
Gotcha.
Very, right.
Semi-flexible. Yeah.
Very, very, yeah. Very big angle there,
Radius. It'll do a little radius for you. Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds exciting. I hear they also make a spray product called polyurea, which is like, imagine spraying liquid rubber that dries pretty quickly. And
right. It's something that will level out to some extent, and then I think it has some kind of a where it'll run a little bit before it dries, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It kind of gets smooth. Videos. It'll smooth out on its surface and then dry to a certain extent. Yeah, I should look into that, but I think I'll do better on this whole project with a one piece.
Gotcha.
I don't know, but I'll see what the cost is. So
it's not very expensive these days. They got a place around here called Builder's Supply that sells discount crap, construction stuff, and you can get a roll of.
All I need is I need one roll 8x25. I don't see how that could be that expensive.
Right.
Not like a 500-foot roll or something.
Right. I think it comes in 50-foot lengths, maybe less. But it's not that expensive. It didn't used to be anyway. Before Bidenomics.
Yeah. Well, that's my mind. That's the one problem is I don't know what anything costs because I haven't been buying anything, since before COVID.
Yeah, we're all in recovery.
Except groceries. I know fucking groceries are out of the fucking world.
Right.
I can't believe I just spent over $50. Let's see, what did I get?
2 bags.
Okay, I got 4 pounds of butter. I got a gallon of milk. I got 2 things of ice cream and a bag of cakes. And all that was fucking I didn't even buy meat or anything.
Right?
Crazy. Though they are the large ice cream, like I don't know if you go to Walmart, but you can buy these large ice cream it's kind of square cartons. They're, I don't know, maybe 1.5 quarts or something instead of, or I don't know. They're, it's a lot of ice cream. Yeah.
Right. What flavor did you get?
I just got vanilla and chocolate.
Oh, okay. Is it a combo pack or something?
No, I just got one of each. One chocolate, one vanilla.
I heard it
I like the chocolate. I like to eat. Yeah, I like to eat chocolate maybe by itself, like after dinner a lot. Maybe just I want that chocolate fix or whatever.
Right.
And the vanilla though, I usually make. I like to make I make a lot of chocolate malts, and that's just with vanilla ice cream, milk, and this malted. Carnation makes a powdered malted milk product. I don't know if you've seen it.
Kinda.
You can get it in chocolate or just malted or vanilla. It's like the old fashioned malt flavor, like
Right.
I think you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's that stuff.
I remember malted milk balls at the cinema. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, they were good.
I still love them. Whoppers.
Yeah, Whoppers.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Once in a while, you'd get a funny one that wasn't puffy, and it was
Crunchy.
just it would just crush. It would just crush and be all like real sticky. And you ever get one of those? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, I really like chocolate covered peanuts. I love malted milk balls. Those are some of my favorites.
Raisinets.
And I love raisinets. Yeah, like, man, if all I could have is those three, I might be okay. I mean,
You might
live. Although
Man.
I really do like a Snickers bar, man.
Yeah, they're tasty.
I mean, that's like they just got a rocking combination. That caramel nougat, peanuts, chocolate.
Well, man, I'm glad to hear you got that truck in your name, man. It sounds like a really cool truck. Strong enough.
It's a 2002 Tahoe, Chevy Tahoe.
Oh hell
but
yeah!
It's great, man. I mean,
what kind of engine? Do you have a Vortex?
Yeah. Vortex? It's a 5.3. I think it's a 5.3. No, it's a 4.8 liter. I think.
No, it's 4.3 liter.
Oh, okay. Well, I might have a 5.8. Is it a 5.8?
I don't know. That sounds like a beefy ass Tahoe. If it's 5.8.
Anyway, it's actually just the 8. It's an 8-cylinder, but it's the smaller one.
It's a 350, is what it is. Good God, that sounds really good, man. And if you keep your foot out of it, it'll get decent mileage.
Actually, I was just gonna say, I just checked my mileage. Basically for the first time in a while. I kind of I thought I had a rough idea, but I'm actually, I'm getting 18 miles a gallon in this thing, and that's crazy.
That's really good.
That's not even highway miles. That's just me running around in it. Crazy to get that much. But that had to, after I just got new tire. It's another thing. I just got new tires. So every month is my whole goal has been, when my time is up here, I want to be able to fly. I don't want to have to sit here and whatever, have something else to complete before I can leave, So
right.
Anyways, a couple months ago, I finally got a new tire on the camper, which I needed, So basically, I'm gonna next week or this week, when I get a chance, I'm gonna hook up the truck to the wiring system on the camper, and just I want to make sure all that's working and see if I got to do any repair on that.
Gotcha.
Just because, like I said, I just want to be able to back that fucker up, hook it up,
and go to fucking Florida. Going to Florida. Oh yeah.
And it'll be a perfect time, because that'll be September. It'll just be the beginning of September. It'll start getting cooler, every month from then. So,
wow.
And hopefully it'll be, it'll be I think it'll be cool hanging out with Raw. You know, I spent the night there with him once. You know, once, and he, I think he's chill. Yeah, so
he's pretty mellow. If you
it's
give him the space, you know.
Basically, he's got this large. I mean, I don't know what he's got now, but this was maybe 2 years ago or something. He just had like a glorified shed that he was sleeping in, you know, and I think he had a well put in. But basically, other than that, it was just a big sandy lot in, 10 miles from the ocean or something. Or maybe, I don't know, it could be more than that. You know, I'm just saying it wasn't oceanfront or anything, you know, it's just out and all there is sand around, and he's got some trees. And then there's those stakes with, some pink ribbon marking somewhat of a property border, you know. Like I'm saying, this is all there is. It's not an improved lot at all. That's what I'll be hopefully, setting in with. So, you know, I'm sure I'll just, see what he wants. You know, I'll see what he wants, and if I'm okay with it, I'll stay there. If not, I'll just fucking get my own place and, or just do something else, find out another place where I can sit and work on that thing.
Well, he might like the company and give him plenty of space,
Yeah, it's not like we're crowded, and it's not like we have to hang out or anything at all at the same time, or, and we're chill, he's a Christian. We have similar views, we can get along. We both play guitar and stuff, and, we're, like I said, we have a good friendship, I think, but you just never know what's going to happen.
Right.
I try not to take, I just don't, I try not to take things for granted or anything.
Right.
And I just want to prepare for any kind of, whatever happens.
Give him plenty of space and respect boundaries, and give him plenty of alone time, and do your own thing. And I bet you.
And it doesn't hurt to have another set of hands when you're doing something like putting the roof on. I can do. I mean, it's not like I couldn't do it myself. I'm just saying it is handy, sometimes. Hey.
True. That sounds good.
Yeah, I want to get that camper in like primo shape and just a cool place, where regardless of what happens, I could end up with a woman and that has her own place, or we want to get our own place, and then that could be we could rent it out, as a studio.
Right. Yeah, I'd like to have a camper. I've kind of been keeping my eye out for one, just in case I, can't never tell.
Dude, there's some very small ones that are very easy and still useful, still very useful, as long as you can sleep in it and shit in it, take a shower in it.
Look, as long as I can shut the door and rig an air conditioner or a heater, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, someone like you, if you don't cook a lot, all you got to do is make sure I got a cool spot to sleep and sit and chill, right?
Thank God for microwave ovens, yeah.
But anyway, after I get that thing ready to, where the roof, where it's all nice, then I'll be having like $3,000 a month to spend.
And you can saw around.
Not counting what I might earn, for doing whatever, handyman work if I want. I'm not gonna. I'll keep my eye open for shit. But anyways, I'll just decide. I'll map out a route of the United States or Alaska. I'll probably take I'll go early one summer up to Alaska. I think that'd be badass with my camper, my truck, and drive up there.
Those hungry bears up there make short work of you.
Oh yeah, I have to make sure I take care of Jackson up there, man.
Oh, okay, Jackson will handle them. Yeah, I hear you.
No, I have to make sure I protect him from himself up there.
Oh, I see. He'll get it. He'll
Yeah,
bite off more
yeah.
than he can chew. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! Oh man, he's been lucky so far with me so far, but he's been loose in the Mojave Desert. Well, coyotes all over the place.
Oh shit.
He's been loose out here in the Tennessee mountains, eastern Tennessee. So
Right.
I don't know.
You got any?
Him and I have this, we have an understanding with God. It's like, because I told him I'm not likely to ever have enough money to spend on you to get you fixed if you get in some serious problems. So
Yeah. Uh-huh.
we'll just leave that in God's hands, right? Just like you ain't gonna be able to help me out.
So if he gets a hold of a rattlesnake, he's gonna have to
So
pay the price.
we just we just gonna love each other until whatever happens happens.
Right.
And I just I treat him like a king. No dog's been fed like this dog. I mean, I just it's just him and I sharing breakfasts and dinners, or I'll make. I mean, the least he gets is ground beef, fresh cooked ground beef and bacon and rice.
Oh hell yeah.
That's his little standard. I might throw in some carrots or green beans in there a little bit. But yeah, man. So, and he's in very good shape. Like, he doesn't have any fat on him. I mean, he probably has maybe a little fat, but I just every day. I mean, my day is just like get up, turn on, watch some YouTube or something while I make him something to eat. I'll make a little breakfast, maybe have some toast or peanut butter toast or something. And then I'll take him out for like an hour in the morning and it's just like a 5-minute drive from my place. A great little trail that's probably 3 miles round trip or something. And it's got this one well that it just flow. It's got this well overflow that we passed halfway through, and
Yeah.
we just let it flow in the middle of the woods. And it's so great because he hears it and he'll run back there. He'll get a drink because it's hot, when it's hot.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll keep on with the hike, and then that finally takes us to the other end of this little peninsula-like thing, and right to this Tennessee River, essentially part of it's a lake at that point. But yeah, so we hit some water on the other end, and and it's got a bunch of slate stone, it's slate rock, and he
Right.
loves it. He just jumps right down and he walks right up to his chest, and then and he gets while he's cooling off, and then he's just licking the water right at that level. It's kind of cool, and
He
then
loves it. He
I'll
loves
sit
it.
there and have a cigarette, and then he'll get out and chase, sniff around for rabbits and stuff.
Did
So
you see?
it's really, I just let him have the freedom, no leash or nothing. I mean, that's generally like I like it, And
So are you lease free at this point?
August 31st will be my last day on my lease.
Oh, okay, cool.
But next month will be my last payment.
Oh, right.
So my payment, I'll get my check in July. And that basically, that'll have my last payment that I'm going to need to make for August because, starting August 1st.
Uh-huh.
And then, yeah, so my next check that I get in will be free and clear for me to spend getting out of there, So I'll have hopefully close to $3,000 in my pocket just to head wherever I want to head.
Gotcha.
Which isn't a bad place, God willing, and the creek don't rise or my health.
The world doesn't collapse. Yes.
Right.
Right. Did you see?
Yeah.
I really do. Did you see the debates the other night?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was something, wasn't it? Wasn't that something?
It was something else, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to me, it was so, I don't know. Did you see the commentary immediately afterward on CNN?
Yeah, it was all prefabricated. I figured they knew that was going to happen and they were ready to roll.
Yeah. So, I mean, all it does is, I mean, these guys, like they're pretending like all of a sudden they noticed it. That's the
Yeah,
funny
I know.
part,
I
like,
know.
fuck, I noticed that in 2016 and the first time fucking, or I mean 2020, I mean, fuck, that was obvious in
I know.
2020.
It was before he was elected. It was obvious. I'm
Yeah.
surprised he got through that 2020 debate without, if it weren't for Chris Wallace, who was running that debate back
Yeah,
then.
he really did throw cover for Biden big time.
Hell yeah, he did.
I mean, I hated Chris Wallace for years before that. I mean, he's just a shill, Oh my God,
sorry as shit.
He's just a lame. He doesn't even he's not even smart, I really hate elitists that just ride off the name of their dad or they're off their dad's career,
Right.
Mike Wallace. I mean, I don't know. Mike Wallace was okay, I guess. I wasn't I watched 60 Minutes more than anything else, probably on occasion, which would have had him in there.
Right.
But I don't remember any early career of his reporting. But all these fucking people that pretend to be journalists, they're sad cases for fucking whatever they're pretending to be.
Propaganda,
All they are is government tools, man. How sad that would be your job. What do you do? Oh, I'm a propagandist for the government. What about you?
Damn it.
Fuck, man. Why don't you get a life, dude?
Hey, man, that's how they make their car payments, So that's what they do, I guess. But damn.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I thought Jill might grace us with his presence, or he was out there earlier anyway. But
was he? Oh, okay. He's probably defending his total depravity somewhere.
I love it. Defending his total depravity somewhere.
Yeah.
That is a great line, Saint Tommy.
Boy, you busted my balls for busting Richard's balls the other day. I was like, damn.
Oh, did you hear me? I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember doing that. I can't remember at all what the subject was. You want to refresh my memory?
I was just busting his balls, and you were like, damn, Tommy, you're supposed to be gracious. You can't bust nobody's balls.
I do remember, man. Like, I remember, like, there was more animus than that I recall thinking even you would think is healthy for yourself, but I don't. Yeah, who am I to judge?
Well, your words have power, ironic. So I took the chide and thought about it. I thought, come on, man.
I wasn't. It's not like I had all the information though either. So I was granting that in my mind at least. Like I don't know what's going on here, but
yeah, well,
because I for some reason I didn't go this way because I could have went the way of or the reasoning. Well, fucking St. Tommy's. He wouldn't be this upset unless he had a good reason. So I should probably think, he probably has good reason and think, and then like put the onus on Richard to explain himself. But I didn't go that way. I was more like, man, sound like what you got on? What's up with this? Explain yourself.
I don't know. He called me satanic and shit. I was like, what? Come on, man. Come on, Richard. Maybe that was it. But I was coming in cold, I was butting in. But, it's
so
Richard, he's a sassy fella. He can handle it.
Okay, so all right, so St. Tommy, I'm sure have you heard? You've probably heard somewhat of Richard's theological positions and kind of not only his positions, but how he came to be informed of these positions and some of that background. Are you aware of that, right?
Mildly, mildly. I think he had some type of epileptic seizure or vision of some sort. Yeah. He had a vision
Okay,
from
hold on.
angels, an angel of light bought him some gospel or some revelation or something, or
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah. And,
Yeah, okay, so but yeah. Okay, so my question was gonna be I,
who's
he's got
this?
a
Is
unique
this Richard?
oh, and by the way,
Is that
welcome, Isaac.
Isaac? Isaac, what's happening?
I was chilling.
Oh, good.
Cool, welcome.
That's usually best. Yes. Yes, let's get a look at you. Yeah. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's get us a close up, Isaac. Come on, put your head closer to the camera.
My bald spot's as big as my forehead.
Okay, well,
shade.
anyway, St. Tommy. So my question for you is okay, so just to preface it, I want to say people seem to have, you know, Richard makes a big point about no one being able to refute his logic when it comes to, especially like when he'll pull out a text in the Bible and he'll apply his hermeneutical magic, and come up with, for instance, how David shield, and I forget what I don't know if did you see Brojo's videos that he posted today?
Ironic.
Yes.
It's impossible for me to consider any inquiry over 20 seconds. So bear that in mind.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get to the inquiry yet. I'm just trying to throw out some of the. Okay, but anyways, for instance, there was a video Brojo posted today where Joseph and Richard were getting into a discussion, and part of it had to do with the word shield in this one particular Old Testament text actually being about the planet Jupiter and some moon, involving moons around Jupiter, and it's not really apparent in the text. And that's what Joseph was like, sort of, how do you get that, and then, but by his hermeneutical magic, he presents these cases like they're ironclad, or like, how do you account for it every time? This is this and this and this. So, okay, my question is, how do you approach Richard? Like, how do you understand his hermeneutic, and how do you, if you do, how do you refute it?
Well, our brother in Christ, Richard, assuming that he is a brother, of course, which I kind of do, regardless of his extravagant understandings that, our brother Richard he's an intellectual. Now, I've been an intellectual once or twice, don't tell anybody, but his reasoning and his rhetoric and his logic is very complex, very complex. And if he makes a truth claim or a knowledge claim, I don't feel like I have to refute it. If that's his understanding of what's true, if he wants to talk about Uranus or Saturn or whatever, and make all these claims, these knowledge claims about the canon or scripture, it's whatever, okay. He he sometimes, though, I've noticed this, that he has the habit of telling other men sometimes what they do not believe and telling other men who they are not. For instance, he told me that I'm not a saint, that I'm not a real saint. I mean, like, what the fuck?
Oh,
It's
wow.
like, I know, gee whizzers. And I can make a case for it, I can make a case that all believers in Christ Jesus are saints, all who believe are new creations in Christ. But generally, I won't refute him. Most of the time with Richard, I'll mirror what he's saying. You know, it's, for instance, if he proclaims a prophecy that Yellowstone caldera or whatever it is getting ready to blow up, I might suggest that he's doing a little fear mongering, that he doesn't really know, that he's just, sharing his personal fears in the name of God. And so I'll do some mirroring, a little mild confrontation about fear mongering, maybe, and maybe confront him on that youthful habit of telling other men who they're not, and telling other people they don't believe. That's just been my general experience with the brother.
And then you kind of leave him to his own theology and how he gets there.
If he believes in 24 Jesuses, what the hell can I do with that? What am I supposed to refute? You think I can refute some angel of light that he saw in a vision 24 years ago or whatever?
Okay.
What can I say about it? How about that? Okay.
Now the only problem is, because someone might say, because what's often, I'll bring up Joseph Smith, for example. If he would, knowing what I know, assuming the mindset I have today, if I'd have run into Joseph Smith back in the day, when he was around, I would have I might have tried to point him to where Paul says, "What do you make of this passage here?" Where Paul says, "If even an angel teaches you another gospel than I'm preaching, let him be anathema," or something like that. And I mean, I might say the same to Richard, except that he would inform me that the Greek words from which the English translation I just kind of quoted comes from, that this idea that even if an angel, brings you some other gospel that we're not preached, don't listen to him, Okay, the problem is with Richard, he would explain that the Greek words that was, used to drive that English statement don't mean anything like, if you have the special code of,
the
alien
conventional
revelation, right?
The conventional interpretation, he does not abide. Yeah.
So you don't even have that to bring against, you can't bring the text as, even look, it's hard enough when everybody agrees that this is the text and this English translation is a reasonable facsimile of what was, trying to be communicated, it's hard enough just if everybody, grants that, and then you go from there. How do I understand this thing then, because we all have different presuppositions that we're going to bring to the text, right?
Right.
Anyways, okay. Well, thank you for answering me.
Oh, okay. Cool. How about you, Isaac? Are you still there?
Yeah, I was just going to go to Isaac and see what he's up to.
Maybe he had to go to the bathroom.
I know he was there's some noise on his end a little bit. So, what have you been up to, Saint?
Nothing. Just trying not to be depressed. And, I don't know if I told you, but my wife divorced me.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she divorced me. And so I hadn't been down to see her in quite some time. And the fam, trying not to be depressed about it, trying to accept that it is the will of God. And, somehow eke out a meaningful existence, just me and God hanging out most of the time. Thank God.
Did you get any
ironic is all I can say.
Did you get any palimony out of the deal?
No. I was pretty well ghosted. Well ghosted. Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
I know. Who'd have thunk it? You know, gee whiz. Just because I'm an egocentric, narcissistic, solipsistic saint, you know, gee, put up with me. Okay, I smell bad, but I clean up nice. But who cares about that? Isaac is
Well,
back.
did she want to get? Did she want to clear the sheet to free her for something else, or no?
I don't think so. I think she just. I think that on balance, I was just more trouble than I'm worth. You know. So okay, she had the opportunity to put me
Right.
away and did. So that's the way it goes, you
Well,
know. Can't buy
well,
faithfulness in this world.
I
But
hope you get through it all right.
yeah, somehow I'm doing okay.
I
I'm
mean, it's
picking up.
not like it's all. I mean, it's not like it wasn't foreseeable or something.
Yeah, good pussy ain't everything. That's what I tell myself. You know, I know that's kind of lewd, but it's true. You can't make an idol out of a wife. You know,
Yeah.
they don't like
Well, you
that.
can.
When I first fell off, I was like 19. I never even knew sadness or any depression or anxiety or anything until I put all my faith in one girl, took it out of God. It got stripped away, and I was left with nothing.
Oh
And
man, that
I learned that don't put your faith in women. Put your faith in God first, and then if they put their faith in God also, then you probably found a decent relationship.
yeah, that sounds like
Well,
hard won wisdom. That does.
It's hard to
I
find
didn't
it.
apply. I like that advice. I didn't apply. I didn't employ that in my first marriage. And I probably could have benefited from that. But in my second marriage, I kind of did apply. At that point in my life, I was just God's alone. It wasn't even possible for me to get that, idolatrous or whatever you might say about my wife. But and but it did help me to cope with a terrible marriage that she just ended up having really terrible psychological and emotional issues that, I I don't know, St. Tommy, you might remember some of those
Yeah,
days.
yeah,
It was just, man, once she served me, divorced. I mean, and that whole thing was a shit fest. But once I got served, I was like the happiest man on earth, man, because I didn't believe in divorce. So
yeah.
Yeah, I read this guy that broke down some verses in the Bible and some words that he made an equation. It's not like written clearly, but he deducted that it's saying that without God, or no, he's saying that marriage is only basically something to do in God. And if you
yeah,
don't have marriage in God, it's going to be destruction. And he like spelled it out in the old Hebrew how the word Yahweh is like male and female, and somehow he centered it. I don't remember what he did, but it can kind of make sense.
well, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, that's why you find so many divorces, I think, because there are people that aren't truly committed to God entering into this thing that's a God thing, that's a marriage covenant, that's before
Covenant.
God.
That's the word I was looking for.
Mhm.
And also, to me, it ties in with the same saying that knowledge without wisdom is destruction, but wisdom with knowledge is power.
Oh yeah.
Well, Paul said something similar about not, love, knowledge puffs up, but love edifies.
Yep. Yeah. All true. All true. I need all the wisdom I can get in dealing with this crown of creation called the women. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you currently have a woman in stock, Isaac?
No, I
Oh,
haven't
okay.
had a girlfriend in like 10 years.
Okay. Okay.
I've thought about it in the last, like 4 years ago, I was still trying, like, talking to a lot of women. I probably dated, like, not even dated. I'm talking, like, maybe a week, texting a little bit, met up a
Uh,
couple times, like 50 girls. and it never worked out. I was just tired at like 24. I was like, I'm tired. I'm gonna wait till she comes.
Right.
And if I run into her one day, I do. If I don't, find her in heaven like Enoch.
And just keep smiling at them, you know. Keep smiling at them. They like
I
that.
have two really close friends that are girls, but I haven't seen them in like 5 months. I've been all alone and just introvert.
Right. Do you live by yourself?
No, I live with my parents.
All right. All
And my
right.
sister lives here still. We're all a big family.
Oh, good. Good.
What
And then
state are you in?
California.
Southern
For rent.
Cal, or what city, if you don't mind, or whereabouts?
My internet keeps going out. The rent's hella high, but I'm in Central California. It's still high. It shouldn't. It
Okay.
is. I'm in like the
Are you
valleys,
are you below
agriculture.
are you below Sacramento, or?
Yeah, like a southeast 2 hours.
Okay. All right.
An hour
Yeah, but
north of Fresno.
you're not really in the Southern Cal, you know, sort of world there.
No, it's like if you drew an x-axis over California, like, and you kind of made it symmetrical with the left and right, even though it's angled, we're like in the dead center.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Are you university educated, Isaac?
I went to community college for 45 credits. I needed 60 to graduate, and COVID hit, so it was all online, and I didn't like it, and I never went back.
Okay.
Should.
I went to community college for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. It was rich. It was. I think I got a couple of years worth of credits. But,
I went a year and a half.
oh, yeah.
I was going to be a respiratory therapist. Yeah. I took a bunch of, I don't know, chemistry, physiology and anatomy, microbiology, math classes, English. Yeah. Yeah.
I did gynecological research and psychology, and went to one too many Grateful Dead shows.
Did you ever run into Tucker Carlson?
No, I missed him. Was he hanging out?
I just found out pretty recently that he was a big fan back in the day when he was young. He went, he knew
Right.
his dad had hooked him up or something. But yeah,
Right.
I think he was doing some of the crazy drugs and stuff.
So, Isaac, am I accurate in believing that you believe that the Lord Jesus Christ was crucified, buried, and rose from the dead on the third day?
Yeah, and raised by the power of the Holy Spirit.
Praise God.
I do
like
believe.
that.
Not in
I
my
like
own
that.
power, but in God, he could do anything.
I know it. He's pretty good at revealing the gospel. He's pretty good at it. That's cool. I've seen you around a little bit.
I never knew Irenic had a channel till I just found it right now.
All right. Yeah. Irenic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I used to be on a lot. I used to do a lot of hangouts, but yeah.
Do you live that camper life?
I am right now. Yeah.
Inside. Yeah, I always see you outside, so I just assumed.
I should have probably been doing videos on some of the projects I was doing on the, it's because I'm renovating. I left Michigan last year under not the best circumstances, but I did still have this camper that I had from my divorce. So I was able to get it down to Tennessee here where I'm at, but it was completely gutted because while I was in Michigan, I was going to renovate it while I was up there, just taking care of my mom. But I just never got to it. Got to the got to the ripping out part, but never anything else. So I just took a year to, kind of get just stuff built. I had a certain design I'm putting. It's just a small camper, 20 foot, So I was just trying to make a pretty nice kitchen. So I got everything you need. It's like got a washer dryer. It's got a nice kitchen area. It's got a decent sleeping area, toilet,
refrigerator,
shower. Yeah, it's got a full size a full small size refrigerator. It's a small one, but it's a full refrigerator. That's really cool. Anyways, I'm still building areas. You know, I have a large section at the front end that where the washer dryer combo thing is, that is going to involve, you know, some cabinet work and, you know, countertop there to match. You know, I still got to put a countertop in on the kitchen side. It's just a galley kitchen, but and then there's a middle area that I'm going to put some kind of desk or computers, you know, where I can sit and do podcasting or, you know, on the internet stuff or whatever. And then, yeah, I don't know. So I got some little stuff, but the point is, I guess I should have been filming some of this stuff. I could have put, you know, it on video.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have the
Set up
same
the
time.
stream. Set up the stream and just work on it. I'll clip it for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the. I don't know. Sometimes it's. I got to give props to some of these guys that do their videos, you know, because I can imagine it's not that easy to, you know, produce some good shots.
That
You
yeah,
know,
that part I was thinking I wouldn't know how to do.
I mean, you know, you probably want to set up a couple cameras. One maybe like, you know, inside the camper, you could just set it up where it just films the whole 6 hours or whatever it takes you, you know, and then you can later just fast forward that, you know, make it all real fast, you know, and then you can stop and zoom in on, okay, this project here was, you know, give them the details of it or this and that.
Yeah,
I
or the
don't know.
second
Yeah.
camera or third one could be throw it in the
I
edit.
hate when I'm I hate when I'm watching a YouTube video like a how-to and there's like a step that they didn't quite film or something, you know. It's like, and so I don't know.
Yep. I used to watch a ton of that and adventure and camping and wanted to do all of it. Just kind of never did. I built some cool stuff in my life, like a nice workbench. It's like $60 a wood.
Mm-hmm.
I left it at the
So
ranch when we moved out though.
is your sister older or younger?
Younger by three years.
Okay, is she an adult?
Yeah. She graduated college. She still lives here though.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure how old you were, you know. Okay.
Oh yeah, 29.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
So you got a boyfriend or no?
No. No girlfriend, no boyfriend, no nothing.
And your parents are both there?
Yep.
How do they get along with each other? Would you say pretty good?
Um
They got a good marriage, would you say?
yeah, they're really good friends. They bicker and like make fun of each other for it, but it lasts. It's never real. It's just, they'll
Mm-hmm.
like and then I'll tell them like, you guys, you're bugging me. Like we've been married for this long. We're allowed to do this. Blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, okay.
Uh-huh. So
But
they don't
they always hang
seem
out. They always go places every other weekend. They're doing something together. And I mean, so that's how my relationship was. I'd be chilling.
they still share the same bed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
I
They go to
always
the
like
casino and they watch YouTube together. And yeah.
I'm a big fan of happy marriages, believe me.
Yeah. They went to the lake they went to a houseboat this last week and they brought the trailer for my sisters. My two sisters are one's married, one's in a relationship. They stayed in the trailer. My dad did all that for them just to stay. Drove it up there, hooked it up. He's cool.
Well, I was
My
gonna
dad's
say
crazy.
there's nothing like being married and then facing a divorce that you don't want in a Christian context. That it's nothing like that situation that gets you to think about really seriously about free will
Yeah,
and
it is.
how much power God has through your prayers to change things that involve somebody else. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't I mean, I kind of know, because I thought my first girlfriend was my wife, for sure. I thought, but I don't fully know.
Well, I'm just saying that, and it can happen in other situations besides a marriage. It might easily involve children or something like that, but it's the kind of thing where a situation happens, and it's the kind of situation that anyone, if they're in it and if they're serious with their relationship with God, it's just going to be one of those situations where they find themselves like down on their knees, crying, pleading for him to do something, for him
That's
to
how
act.
that's how I feel right now about the. I don't know if you've heard. I've said the story a lot, but I went to the brain magnet place. I don't know
Mm.
if I told. I went to a brain magnet place. They said it would.
I heard some about it, but go ahead and tell the story.
Yeah, they said it would help, and I trusted all these people that said, you know, we deal with people with had brain injuries and memory whatever problems, and they said it helps the memory, and that's the only reason I did it. But instead, it seemed to like take away that feeling that is connected to your trauma, which is all your
Mhm.
emotions and all your thought and intuition and that energy spark. I feel like my brain's rubber now. I feel like they took the spiritual gifts that I had that were in my brain, like it's
Uh,
electric, magnetic, and they fried it or something.
Kind of deadened it. They deadened it or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to so you don't suffer with like trauma, but I didn't have trauma in that way. I just needed, and I told them the only reason I'm doing this is for memory, but now it's like I'm 90% not sparked in my brain like I used to feel that spark.
Wow. And that was from what? What kind of treatment?
They hooked up. I don't even know. I don't know why I did this. I kind of only believed it was sound, but apparently it's like magnetic and stuff too, and I didn't know. But they hooked up these nodes to my head with a like electrical glue, so like a conductor glue. So there
Mm-hmm.
was electricity, and then there was a grounding cable on the front right here. So it was going in and coming out here.
Okay. Hmm.
And I didn't know what I was doing, and the first day after I got home, I was fried, and I was like, "What in the?" And I felt no emotion, no nothing, just blank, irritable, frustrated, like I can't get it out, like what the
I mean,
like
basically, it sounds like some form of a lobotomy.
exactly what I was gonna say, and they didn't tell me.
That's fucked.
It is, and because you're saying the marriage thing, my brain was my favorite thing that I felt was connected to God, and they took it. So I guess I
Oh
do know what
yeah.
you mean.
No, I
I
just
felt that it was
yeah, that
sacred.
it wasn't really my connection to God I was talking about. It was more just how um, if you can just all you have to do is imagine somebody in a particular situation that depends in some way, shape, or form on the actions of other people changing, and
Yeah.
you needing those things to change in order to uh, accomplish something, like that's just like foundational to your life, or what all you're hoping for out of life, or something, something like a marriage. That's, I mean, that's such a foundational thing for me. Always growing up, I looked
Me
forward to
too.
getting married. I looked forward to a life with one woman, the two of us just loving each other, and having a great time raising a family. Um,
Mhm.
it didn't work out that way.
Yeah, because like, my whole goal, like, going through middle school and high school and like, what got me through most of what I did in college was that belief and, like, that it was godly and it was part of reality that you're supposed to do these things, and I found balance and I found hope and, like, cheerfulness, joy,
So,
whatever with the
so,
female.
so, so when you go through something like that, and then as a Christian, you're crying out to God, and anyway, like when you go through a situation like that, and like maybe there's different presuppositions, people are taking, because there's different ideas about God you might have when you're making these pleadings, like you kind of think that uh yeah, he has some power to affect a change, like in this woman's heart, let's say, because that's what you're praying for in a situation like that. I'm like, God, I'm even like, I wasn't even praying for direct change, I was just like, you know, uh, her heart, and whatever circumstances you can affect, that would get her thinking straight, that whatever, I mean, okay, so now, does God want to do that? Does God, is this, it seems like, and then like when it's about marriage, it seems like it's pretty clear what God's will is. Like, okay, in this situation, I'm assuming, God, you don't want this to happen, right? You're on my side with that, right? you know? So you're like, well, he should be motivated, you know? And but then when things don't pan out, you know, that's when you know, then you start asking, then you have to, maybe you might have to rethink what it is you believe about God and love and freedom and all those things. At least it caused me to have to do it. You know what I mean? That's what I was trying to make a point about.
Yeah, I see.
Like, what happens when you pray to God and he doesn't answer your prayer
Yeah. And
like, when
sometimes you
it
get what
seems like,
you don't want, but it's what, or sometimes you get what you don't think you need right then and there, but it's exactly what you're like, you know. I don't know how to
well,
describe it, but a lot of the times that I've thought
I don't
that
know if people are, I don't, this is the thing. I don't know if people are warranted to say that, because what happened, that kind of attitude, and I appreciate it. It's like, well, that God wanted me to go through, he had a reason for me to want to go, wanting me to go through that, and so, blah, 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 I
it could
don't
have
know if
been
that,
for her,
it might,
maybe too.
what if it was just a fucked up situation that she was just stubborn, and as much as God did, you know, do the work that, as much, like, I think God, because he loves people, doesn't, I mean, this is my situation. This is my belief now. I don't know how much I believe this before I went through all this shit. But I don't think, I think he leaves us to, he won't coerce us. He won't. There's only a certain level of wooing or cajoling or even, whipping that he might do before it's violating the person's will, kind of. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think
Kind
so.
of talking about free will.
Yeah, that's a hard one to connect the dots to.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, because I mean, the thing I'm looking for in those moments is faith, because I've seen that even though I've thought I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, or something happened and I thought it was the end of the world, like for my future, that usually something down the road will show me very clearly that it was perfect the way that like God had done it and not how I had done it. But that's only out of experience and faith. I could tell you that it's
well,
not.
yeah, I I think every Christian should have experienced something like that, very much in line with how people view that text in Romans, that, all things work together for good to those who love God, to
Mhm.
those who are called according to his purpose. You know, that's not a promise that all things will always be good. It's like,
It's not.
no, all things will work out for the good.
Yes, that's.
If if
I mean,
you're a
look
God
at
lover.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus said, "Your will be done, not mine," and he was innocently.
I mean, Paul,
Oh,
I think it was
I
Paul
froze.
said,
My
yeah,
bad.
I think it was Paul. I think it was Paul that said, um, l- all those who will live faithful in Christ Jesus will suffer persecution, something like that. Oh,
True.
yeah.
I mean, I knew it the day I decided to follow him at like 18. I read that, and that's when I actually decided that I was like, okay, I get it. Then I'm gonna like what he's gonna make me into.
Oh, I think it's about living godly. All those who will live godly will, yeah. If you're gonna choose God and live for Him, you're gonna suffer. There'll be
Yeah, it
ways that
says
I
they
mean,
hated Christ before they hated
oh yeah,
and
he said that.
yeah,
Yeah, they
and
hated.
they will hate
Yeah,
you.
blessed are
It goes
you when
against
men shall.
ego. It goes against human fleshly nature to worship God. It goes against the brain's natural thinking for most people.
Yeah. Blessed are you when men will persecute you and revile you for my name's sake. Yeah.
One reason I changed my name so everyone knows on YouTube. Well, actually, I did on all my social media. I put my last name as Christ.
Oh, huh. So now you're another one of the Christs running around the world that Richard will have to account for.
Yes. No, I don't see it that way. I see it as like a name, like a last name, like a title. Like I'm now part of that
Like
family.
almost
The last name
taking
is a
on my dad.
family name.
It's like taking on my dad's name or
That's how I
something.
did it. That's it's like taking on the lineage that I was now
Hmm.
born into this family or adopted, he says. But a lot of people get it wrong. They think, "Oh, he thinks he's the Messiah." I'm like, "No, it's just the last name. It's not. It's like a family name." That's how I mean, it might look bad, but that's how I do.
Well, did you know Adam was the son of God
Had to be.
according to Luke? If in Luke's genealogy, he works backwards. That's who was the son of Adam, who was the son of God. So that's how he puts it. And so that's the lineage I'm in, just as a human being.
Yeah. We're all related to we have Enoch's blood flowing in our veins, technically.
Well, I don't know about that, but I
Well, we're
mean,
all related
I don't know
deep
why we
down.
wouldn't have Adam's blood running in our veins.
We do. I'm just saying. I like to point out Enoch. I don't know why, because it was like I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm not that well studied into Enoch and how you're referring to the book of Enoch and
No,
such.
I was just referring to the lineage. He's the seventh from Adam, I think.
Yeah, I know the book of Enoch makes
Oh,
note of that.
yeah. My internet goes in and out all day for some reason in the heat, so I've been freezing.
My camper, there's a certain time of day. It's usually about 6:30, but I'm not at my camper right now. But I have this. I have a modem up there, like 20 foot high, strapped to uh, my antenna stand or whatever. I mean, the actual antenna,
Yeah.
on the camper. So I strapped this post thing with my modem up on top, and I just ran a cord up there to power it. But yeah, and there's a certain time of day I noticed that when the sun's setting, if it's warm out, like, and it's been like 90 degrees plus here, the last week or so. So right at that, there's a certain time where the sun hits it, and then it just, I'll lose it. Just,
Yeah.
it overheats and it shuts off. Yeah.
They get hot inside. I can only imagine that thing up there.
Well, I do it because I'm kind of in a hole in this
Yeah.
little park where I'm sitting. I'm trying to get some more signal, and it
Yeah, it's a
does
good
work. It
idea.
helps.
It's just
It
I'm
helps
just
a
thinking
lot.
how
Yeah.
hot. Because they do that in Jamaica, they'll get the bamboo sticks and they'll put them at the top of the bamboo sticks hella high.
Hmm. What I mean, I'm not gonna stay here, so I'm not gonna do this. But I'm right under this old oak tree or whatever. I mean, pretty significant oak tree or whatever. And my idea was I was actually gonna get 100 feet of of the data cable. I forget I can't think of the name right now, but it's like a phone cable, only it's larger, right?
Oh, Ethernet.
Yeah, Ethernet cable. Yeah, that my modem accepts, right? It has a ESB, it has a USB thing, but it also has, this Ethernet cable. So I was going to get 100 foot of that, plug it in, and see how far, because I could get up in this tree and see how far up that tree I could get with that cable, and then just put the cable directly into my laptop. And I was just going to see what I thought that would be a pretty good setup, but with the wire, direct wire, into the laptop. But I'm not going to I'm not going to do it. So I guess I won't say that for another time.
Yeah. I used to run like probably like 50, 40 feet of Ethernet in my house back in the day to my Xbox from the modem. It worked pretty good.
Let's see. What's that say, Isaac? Can you read that?
What he means, or whoever this is, says, Isaac, make sure to call your parents and tell them to lock their windows tonight. This is creepy.
This is a friend of mine, True Speller. Let's see, what was the Irenic used? Wait. Okay, Irenic used to argue against God's control over his own reality. He used to be so on fire for that topic, but he doesn't have the will for it anymore. I used to do a lot of arguing with Calvinists, and I used to, debate Calvinism all the time. Are you familiar with it?
Real quick. My ADD
Yeah.
is kicking in.
Yeah, thanks. I'll play a little song on the guitar. Let me know when you get back. Why don't you come in here and say that, True Speller? Walking in sin, I couldn't see where I was going. Walking in sin, I couldn't see where I was going. When a man came to me, said, "You want to be free?" I said, "Show me." A man came to me, said, "You want to be free?" I said, "Show me." He said, "Put your hand in mine." I forgot the lyrics.
Match. Whenever.
Buried perhaps in New Orleans. They call and some in the room. Anyway,
Well, that's what I thought it was, but it's hard to hear every note if the mic doesn't pick it up.
yeah, no, it's crappy on just the phone here.
I did guess it like as soon as you were about to sing it, I'm like, wait, is it that song? And it was. So I got something.
Shoot, I
I
was
need a
hoping.
drink. I'll be right back. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it isn't coming out good, I don't want to play. I mean, if it was sounding good, I'd keep playing.
Yeah, it picks up the lighter notes or like the lower notes easier. Or no, the higher notes. I don't know how to say
Yeah,
it.
that's Sunday Afternoon by the Kinks. Pretty cool song. It's funny because if I like, I think it'll work on this phone, but I got an iPhone also. But on my iPhone, if I do record, I can like maybe through GarageBand, maybe do a recording, and
Yeah.
where I'll just set, it's just my phone sitting there, and I'll play and sing, and it sounds pretty damn good for just sitting there. You know what I mean? It's like it records it well, and but for some reason you don't get that kind of I don't know, sophistication or something with the audio on through StreamYard.
Yeah.
I get I don't know. I'm not an
I don't know
expert
either.
by any.
It is weird how there's should be the same settings almost, but
I mean, the mic, the ability for the mic to pick up and whatever.
yeah, I had sound or I had a GarageBand on an old phone and I recorded the rain, like a heavy rainstorm. It was amazing and it got all of it. And then I
Oh,
played like
nice. I didn't think of that.
yeah, I played old Chinese music instruments over it in GarageBand and I had it recorded. It was an hour long or like 50 minutes. I played the whole instrument and it was amazing. And then I heard a siren in it. I was like, oh, I'll
Oh,
redo it. And I deleted it like a dumbass instead of editing it out.
oh
And I'm like,
no,
and
you
it was
lost the
so
whole
good.
thing.
I don't even know how I'd ever pull that off again. Like I harmonized the instruments in there and everything.
I can't tell you the times I've done that shit. Like
Me too.
accidentally deleted something.
Yeah, I've done it with a few
That's
freestyles I shouldn't have probably. That I like, but probably better than I think.
especially like after hours of work and editing and stuff, and then when you got something really good, and then how did I do that? Oh
Yeah,
shit!
I had one freestyle on SoundCloud from a long time ago. I deleted too because one person didn't like it and I liked it, and now I regret it.
Is that just like freestyle, like what like Eminem does and shit like that?
Yeah, like just some little freestyle raps.
Rap. Yeah. My son is all into that, dude.
Oh yeah, I got 3 on my channel that
He's
I've
pretty
released.
good. He's older. He's about 10 years older than you, but
Oh yeah, I was really good before they burnt my brain with magnets, and it got worse, and I'm trying to get it back. It sucks.
fuck, man.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
weirdest thing I've ever been through. I tell my parents it's bad, and they like don't fully get it. I'm like, I would rather go through another coma because I didn't even have near the damage from it.
yeah. I think. Well, getting back to your issue, that if I was, I mean, if that's was my, that is definitely something I would be. I would, I'd be always making sure God knew. I'd just be asking him, however it can happen, to heal my mind.
Yeah, I have been. I still believe that there's a bigger power inside of us that is my brain or whatever that is gone or it's diminished or turned off, whatever. I think there's something greater than that that still exists inside of me, but I don't know how it'll get fixed.
Well, I mean,
Time,
I believe in the resurrection. So I don't think,
sure.
I wouldn't expect to be resurrected with the physical faults of this world.
No, I wouldn't. I don't hold that either. I know it's only temporary until that
I have
day,
no
but
idea what it'll be like, but
yeah, ethereal body probably.
some kind of body. Seems like. I mean, if you go by Jesus and his appearances, after his resurrection,
Yeah.
it's about all we have to go on. Paul talks a little bit about the glory of this compared to the glory of that, but I mean, not
Yes.
really full of details
There's a
necessarily.
verse that says the good things here, or it's something like this. I don't know. I don't want to be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a verse on it. It says like something along the lines of the good things here are only a shadow of the things that are to come. A shadow, like a two-dimensional cutout of a three-dimensional thing, but we're seeing it in 3D, but it's just a shadow of what is in heaven that's good. So it's like a tiny little glimpse of it is what's good here. Apparently is
Not sure. Yeah, if
better.
you're referring exactly to the word shadow, then I can't think of what you're thinking about. I know
Okay.
he talks about a place where we see through right now we see through a lens darkly, or like we don't see well through, we see dimly. Basically, that's one idea. It seems kind of along with what you're saying, but he does say, eye has not seen nor ear heard, neither has entered into the mind of man the things that God has prepared for those who love him. Now, to me, that's an incredible verse. Eyes not seen, ear hasn't heard of it, the things that God has prepared for those who love him. Like, that's, that should give any lover of God hope to go through anything that this life will put you through. That's my opinion. That's why I think you can die for God. That's why I mean, I think I would die before I ever said, the words "I deny you" or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would just I'm pretty much like, look, I'm 65, man. Like, I don't know. I could live another 30 years, with my family history and whatnot. Maybe that could happen, but at the same time, I I believe that God, believe I, I believe God is as real as anything else in the world I see. I mean, just by my experience with Him, and so why wouldn't I just move on to be with Him sooner if I was forced to, you know, deny
Yeah.
Him or die? It's like, deny Him. What the? That
Yeah,
that's
that is
I'd
a
have to
weird.
deny the world. I'd be having to deny the world and the universe I live in.
Yeah, I think I mean, that's the decision I would make.
I mean, I hope I would make
If they
that
told me
decision.
you either have to die, or if you believe in God, you can die, or if you want to stay on this world, you can deny him. I don't know. I'd probably just be like later.
Now, I might have, I might think it might, I think it might be justified if it were the case that it wasn't me that was being threatened, or maybe it wasn't only me that was being threatened, but if my confession, if the lives of 20 other people depended on it, like
Mm.
like we're gonna kill these people one by one until you give us the confession. And these are all people I love, and they got nothing to do with this. Or you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, for my principles, do I have the right to stand up to my principles at the cost of their lives? That's another question then. Don't you, do you, you know that I would, that's another question that I would have to struggle with.
Yeah, I'm not sure
I mean, I don't know if I exactly have the right to put my life at risk when, I mean, I'm fine with that. I think everyone should have the right, if they want to put their own life at risk by whatever action they want to take. I mean, I'm talking about legitimate actions people can take. Sometimes though, you can take a legitimate action and suffer for it, from maybe a nefarious government or something, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean,
so
I've saved a
I'm
guy
all about
drowning.
agency. People should have agency, and they should be responsible for what they do and this and that.
Yeah. Well, I saved a guy drowning, and it felt like I didn't do it, but God did it, and I could have died, almost died.
That reminds me of what Sandy said, a little story she shared about in the side comments having it, and it was just came out. It was a random thing, but it had to do with this one friend of hers that she knows that claims to have an invisible friend named such and such. I forgot what the name of it was. You didn't happen to read about that in the chat, did you? In one of Brojo's hangs just yesterday, I think it was. Anyways, she says, so she continues on and she says, yeah, that fucking dude saved me from drowning one day and I'll never forgive him for it. And he says, and then the next one was, the the claim was, or the situation was, that his invisible his invisible friend woke him up and told him to go fucking rescue your friend that's drowning.
Yeesh. You know, it's
So
true though.
she couldn't really, I mean, she was like, how do I deal with this? She, as a, someone doesn't believe in God or the supernatural, maybe. It's like, wow.
Yeah, I've heard of stories like that. Very similar. Yeah, because it's weird how time works. Because I wasn't even supposed to be there anymore, and then I end up saving a guy because I was gonna leave 2 minutes before, and 2 minutes later he drowned. But my friend's like, "Hey, do you want a beer?" So I said, "Sure, I'll stick around for one beer." And so now I always say like, "Yo, a beer saved that guy's life," because I would have left.
Right.
Made me stay.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. Ooh, American Spirits. That's what's up. That's a good
You like
tobacco.
that?
Yeah. That's expensive, but it's good.
Yeah, this is how many grams? Let's see.
90, 65.
No, I think it's 141 or something.
Oh, wow.
150. It's 150 grams,
Oh, okay.
5.29
Oh, yeah.
ounces. And this
Yeah, I was
cost
thinking
me. I was going to say that costs without tax $49.
Yeah. I bought
And
6-ounce bags for $10 of Red River.
yeah, you can get tobacco a lot cheaper than this. That's for sure.
Yeah, but that stuff,
I,
is at least decent.
I really like it. It's really smooth to me, anyways. And
It's
I
the
get the
strongest.
it's organic, so I think that means it's not any additives. So I don't
Yeah, I
know.
think so. That's why I used to only like them, but they got expensive.
But once I've been, since I've been doing that, like this rolling my own was actually just part of adjusting my having to adjust my budget for living on a fixed income. You gotta in inflationary times, man. Fucking hey,
Yeah.
the grocery bills are fucking out of this world, man.
Yep. I'm on EBT, and it goes like fast with
I'm
inflation.
I'm just saying, like for the last 5 years or 6 years, I've been doing all the grocery shopping for my mother and I. When I was taking care of her, so I mean, I could, I knew what to expect with a basket full of groceries. Generally, it would always be within like this range or whatever, $200 to $300. Fuck, now it'd be 400 to 500,
Mm.
or at least 300 to 400. Like that's just a full basket with the general, mix of meat, and, like especially when you get into meat and stuff.
Yeah, I was watching the numbers overnight. Like, I would go into the gas station and get my normal stuff for before work, and
Mhm.
one day I go to get my water that's like $2, usually spring water. I would get every day for work because I was just like had a good job and it wasn't a big deal to get $2. Overnight it goes up
Yeah,
to 250. I was like, two how does it go up like 25% or more?
right. Yeah, water, right.
Yeah, so that was just one of them. Everything else went up with it, but
No, it really sucks if because you kind of like, at least me, I'm a creature of habit and stuff, and you kind of get used to like at least me, I get used to eating a certain level of quality of food and that kind of thing, which might include more expensive brands of certain things, like I don't know. I really do think Lay's potato chips are about the best chips out there. I mean, it's hard to beat a Lay's chip, when they're fresh. You first open the bag and, you know, whatever. Uh, I don't mind other potato chips. I'm just saying I don't want the cheap ones. I just don't want the store brand ones generally because I've tried them, and I usually will try them because they're cheap, and I'm not a bigot, a potato chip bigot, if it's good, I'll buy the cheap one. Anyways, but I've also begun to just get off most of the processed foods I can. So I'm really thinking about, I just want to get a nice potato chip recipe, or I just want to, I got some peanut oil. I want to slice some potatoes up and fry them up, and make my own when I want some. I think I'm going to try that. You know what I mean?
yeah, I used to do like beet chips, pretty good in the
Okay. So
oven.
yeah. Yeah, you could do, yeah, same idea. Or people do sweet potatoes,
Yeah.
maybe sweet potato chips.
Yeah, and you could just like do like oil. You can oil them and then put them in the oven. You don't have to fry them up every time too.
Yeah, I don't know. I prefer oil, fried in oil doesn't bother me, as long
Mm,
as it's a healthy oil.
yeah, extra
And I've
work.
been I've been using lard in my cooking.
That's good.
It seems to make, stuff tastes all right, it seems to taste good.
Yeah,
Especially with
some of my
like added.
favorite part. Yeah, is like I've had duck oil in a jar, super good.
Oh,
Like weird, like gamey, oily, like buttery.
I don't think I would like it. Just, I
No,
mean,
if you don't like gamey, no.
especially, yeah, like, I don't know. I could eat pheasant, but I didn't like my dad when he brought duck home. I didn't like duck.
No, I like that potent
Uh,
little hint.
but like quail and pheasant was fine. That was more or less like a, similar to chicken or something.
Yeah, I've had pheasant once. It was good. I don't remember the taste, but I remember I liked it.
And quail, you'd have to eat a lot of quail. I mean, you'd have to have several to make
Yeah.
anything of a meal.
Yeah, we
I
used to
always
do
got
the
it.
dove hunting and stuff.
I remember as a kid getting such a trip out of the first time I ran into like Cornish hens in the grocery store. Little freaking miniature chickens, man. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna hop off. And
All right.
I don't know. Just kind of zoning out.
It's fine. I wasn't planning on being out here that long.
All right,
It's been 2
I'll sub.
hours, but
Yeah,
I
I'll sub
appreciate you
up.
coming in.
Yeah, I'll sub. I didn't know you had a channel. Well, I knew you had a channel, but
Yeah.
I didn't know you do stuff.
Didn't
So
know I
that's
did
cool.
hangouts. Yeah. I haven't, I'll get in the mood and I have one. Like, nothing was going on. So I was like, I'll see who wants to maybe come in if they're bored
Yeah.
like me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I tried to start one today, and I gave it like 20 minutes, and I was like, if no one's here, I can't do this.
All right. All right.
So,
Well, thanks for coming in, man. It was nice
yeah, I'll see
talking.
you around.
Yep.
Always.
Take care. Peace. All right. I think I'll go ahead and end it there at the 2 hour mark. It's about perfect timing. Hopefully, one of my compatriots will start a stream and we can have some more interaction later. Uh, with that, I'll sign off. Good night, everybody.